The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the May 23rd magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. Yes, he's back. I'm your host, Stevie. Perseverance. Great to be back with you. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure that we do everything we can to have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we're going to go look at the circumstance of these markets. What the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone at any time. Now is not too early. Give us a call at 877-927-6648. Of course, internationally, 727-445-1044 is the number. So let's go ahead and get this show started. Of course, this is the Hotel California on Magical Monday. Of course, that means it's Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we have the Dow trading up 32 points at 17,533. S&P is basically flat, trading out at 2053. NASDAQ Composite up 12 points at 47.81. Russell 2000 up 11.15. She's up 3 points. We had the DAX close down 73. The FTSE down about 20. Gold's off $3. Silver's down 10 pennies. Light sweet crude back 50 cents out here. Lead the charge to the upside. You've got Chipotle, CMG up about $9 and change. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals up $9 and change. Credit Acceptance Corp up $7. Universal Display, that's up $5. LendingTree up $5. Monsanto up only $5, even though they had a buyout offer at where, on 120? Was it 121? 111? Somewhere right around there. Intercept Pharmaceuticals, that's up about $5. To the downside, AutoZone taking it on the chin. That's down $12, about 1 6/10%. Priceline's off 9. Roper Technologies down about 8. KLX Inc. You thought I was going to say KLX. What's that other one? In any event, let's not worry about it. KLX Inc. That's down to $5.63. Okay. So, haven't been with you for a week out there. Hope you're doing great. And great to be back. And the market hasn't really moved a ton since last, not last Thursday, but the Thursday before when I was last with you out here. It's moved some, but not a lot. Let's first take a look at what's going on intraday. What are the levels that we need to be watching? I think it really all boils down to, I think the 30-minute charts here show it the best as far as where price is traveling. And if you watch us on TigerTV, you see my screen is broken into four charts out here. The upper left is the ES Mini, S&P Futures. The upper right is the NASDAQ. The lower left is the Dow Futures. Lower right is Russell 2000. I'll go ahead and explode them up one at a time, but you'll see they're, in essence, really all doing the same thing. If we take a look at the ES Mini, we can see, we're looking at here, you're going to see some horizontal lines on my screen. You'll see blue lines. Those are referring to daily TAS profile levels. You'll see a green line that happens to be a weekly, but the red lines are the ones that I want you to pay attention to. Those happen to be the 30-minute market profiles, because it's very clear that where price is trading, when I take a look at the ES Mini, at least where it's basically been trading since about 5 o'clock this morning, it's been trading with inside this little box. The top of the range out here, well, let's move this off to the side. The top of the, I could have just actually looked over to the right-hand side. 2053.50 is the number. Yeah, because you can see right over here in red on my screen. So 2053.50. Now take a look at that point of control, 2051, closer to the top of that box. That says that there are more sellers, in essence, that are lined up. This is a box that is leaning towards these sellers. Now, the sellers, when they're able to push it down, for the most part, where the buyers are lined up is at that price point of 2044 and 3 ticks, 75 cents out here. So what does that mean? Well, we could first say if you get above 2053, anticipate that price will go higher. But we can see that there is a daily center of the box out here, a little dashed line out here. And you can see that price point is 2056. So to the upside, if price is not contained within the 2056 level, meaning below it, then what you can anticipate is some more upside. That the ES Mini is breaking out. We'll take a look at where that will head to. But that's to the upside. To the downside, if in fact we see a break below the bottom of that 30-minute box, 2044 is what we'll call it, then what you would anticipate is a move down to about the 2033 area. That is on the ES Mini. If we go take a look at what's going on right now, oops, didn't grab the right thing. Let's go take a look at the NQ out here. We take a look at the NQ. Just look at this on my chart. I'll go ahead and blow it up. But you can see how price has been contained within its 30-minute profile since 4 o'clock this morning. The top of that box, 43.75 and a quarter. You can see that point of control, that little dash line out there, we'll go ahead and blow it up for you. I'll try to blow it up for you. I don't even know that really helps a whole lot. But you can see that point of control closer to the top of the box. What does that say? It says it's a strong area of resistance. So if, in fact, we see a close above top of that box, 43.76 out here, we have a breakout and prices going higher. You're going to say, well, how much higher? We're going to look at the daily charts where you'll be able to see what those levels are. Likewise, prices contained to the downside, really good support inside the NQ at 43.51 to 43.56. It's probably the NQ that leads the way. It's the NQ that's been leading the way here for a couple of days. I expect that it's going to be the NQ that'll be the one that gives us the real signal out here, but we could be getting a signal elsewhere. We could get it from the weak link, such as the Dow. So speaking of the Dow, let's go take a look at it. It also is trading within its 30-minute profile. Now, right now, as we speak, you have the Dow at 17,508, 17,512, so not that many ticks away, is the top of the TAS market profile box. So it could be the Dow, right? It could be the Dow that gives us the next signal. Now, if we see a move above 17,512, I anticipate that that's what we're going to see. But if we do see a move above that, what the Dow really has to do to prove anything to you is get above 17,553. But that's another 50 points or so, maybe a little bit less than 50 points to the upside. But that would be the number that you would really be watching, because it gets above that. Well, we'll go take a look at where it says that price will head to. To the downside, inside the Dow, 17,441 is the number to be paying attention to. You get below that, you're probably looking at 17,340, maybe 17,388. That would be your range. Inside the Russell 2000, don't forget, Stevie's got a 10-minute delay on this feed out here. But right now, the Russell's trading around the 1113 area, also up towards the top of its box. Now, the interesting thing about its box out here, you can see that POC, the point of control, is closer to the bottom box. That says this is a box that is, quite frankly, lined up with a bias for the buyers out here. Bias for buyers. I should have come up with some other type of grammar for that. In any event, we can also see you've got a daily profile at the 1114 area. So any candle close on a 30-minute basis above 1114, the Russell 2000 also breaking out to new prices. Now you say, well, where the heck is the breakout? Well, if in fact it occurs. That's where we just simply switch over and take a look at what's going on a daily basis. On a daily basis, you can see the nice little descending price channels, just like we had a four panel chart when we're looking at my screen. The upper left is the NQ. I see I kind of, mess with you, because I think it was the ES that was the upper left on the other chart. In this case here, it's the upper right. Bottom left, the Dow. Bottom right is the Russell 2000. We get back from this break. Let's go take a look where prices will go to the upside, because that's where prices are going. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 40, S&P's up 1, NASDAQ's up 14, Russell's up 3 points. So we're taking a look at where's price going to head to. And I did say, as we went into that break, the price is going to head higher. So you heard it here. I'm not going to get a chance to listen to anybody else's shows or anything like that, even during the week out here. So I don't know what other people's opinions are. Not that it really matters, but I will tell you that my opinion of what I take as I read the stock charts is prices are headed higher. They're headed higher for a while. Now, that while, though, that first bit of while is going to be determined by these descending price channels. And it's going to be the NQ. That very likely is the one that gives us the real message as to whether or not the breakout that I anticipate that's going to last a lot longer than people might think out here. We'll get a true feel for that as we see the NQ get up to the top of that descending price channel. Now, this is a price channel out here that began back in the middle of April out here, so around April 18th, 19th, right around that time frame. We can see that what the NQ has done on a daily basis is price. Now, it has done this a couple of times here during the past couple of weeks, but price is, and you got to give the benefit of the doubt right now to the buyers, price is above the top of its daily box out here. So the only thing really containing the NQ is that descending price channel, which is priced, I got to estimate it somewhere around the 4,400 level. It just depends what day that descending price channel gets hit. And of course, it's going to all be about the close. I don't really give a hoot about what it does intra-session. What we want to see is because the body of the candle is the essence of price. We want to see is whether or not we get a closing body above that descending price channel. If we do, then what you and I will do is number one, what we will know is we will have official change of trend inside the NQ. The indice that led things to the downside will be communicating as loudly as it can that change of trend is now in place. At this stage of the game, you've got to call it what it is, which is a counter trend rally. I just believe it's going to turn into something more than a counter trend rally. And if it gets above that descending price channel, you're looking at 44.64 as being its next stop. That's nothing more than a 0.618 retracement from top to bottom as we speak right now. So that's in the NQ. Now, in the Dow is a much easier call with regard to where price is headed to. Well, it's also headed back to its descending price channel out here, but there's a brand new box that appeared. And that brand new box says that 17,662 is going to be one of those containing type factors out here. Can price get above that level? So we'll just have to see which day that gets hit, but it's going to be the NQ that will give us the message more so than the Dow. The Dow will just simply want to go ahead and tag along. The ES Mini out here, the ES Mini, so far, on overnight trading, what it did was it found resistance up at its daily point of control. Now, this is a brand new box that appeared out here. It formed on Friday. The point of control out here is 2056. We looked at that on the 30-minute chart. So, again, if price gets above 2056, which I anticipate it will, may not during the day here today, maybe it's overnight, maybe it's early morning, but you should anticipate that. Then what you're going to look for is you're going to look for price to go hit the top of the descending price channel. But because of at least an intraday spike, which I anticipate we'll see, and I won't use the word anticipate anymore, not the rest of the day out here. I think I've overused it. What you would be looking at is a price push up to the 2073 area. You are at 2050 as we speak right now. Inside the Russell 2000, at this stage, where's its next price move? Probably up to the 1134 area. That happens to be the top of its weekly TAS market profile. So that's what the markets are doing. That's at least what they want to do out here as we come into, what will soon be holiday-ish type of trading. Perhaps it's already begun. It doesn't really matter whether it's a holiday or not. That is what the markets want to do. Now, we did have inside the Dow, this is an interesting pattern out here. We did have the Dow complete. You probably have seen this. So here's the Dow futures. We did have the Dow go ahead and complete an A to B equals CD to the downside. So it's if you start out here, I think it might have been April 20th. Oh, that didn't work very well. What the Sam heck did I do there? There's your A point. Your B point out here, well, you've got to choose this can. I don't know if that's not even an A. Well, that's close enough to an A to B equals CD pattern out here. And as it was doing that, I'm talking about the Dow futures, which have been a weak link out here. They also were getting right down to the bottom of its TAS weekly box out here. So what the Dow did was it found support, and that point of control a little bit biased to the upside, meaning that it's closer to the bottom of the box, meaning that the buyers are the ones in control here. So the mere fact that price found support at 17,341 after the completion of an A to B equals CD pattern, and because of what the NQ was doing, says that's enough. Kaput. That's enough action to the downside for the time being out here. Now, what else will go ahead and give us signals that is the case out here? The biggest signal for me, well, first, hey, how about that semiconductor index? Well, that would be one of them. If we take a look at the semis here, you got Stevie's two little lines. I'm going to do a workshop on this. I'm not sure when, but I will share with you these little proprietary tools that newsletter subscribers see, and they help us to determine which side of the trade to be on, when lack of any patterns might be out here, which side of the trade you should consider taking out here. If we take a look at this is the XOXL. It's going to be the same, right? But I should put the semiconductor index out here. Because then that was the triple Rooney out here. But as we take a look at it, today's act tomorrow is going to actually give us a nice confirmed little buy pattern out here. In markets, you go check it out yourself. Markets that are going down, don't do it with the SOX index going to the upside out here. It just ain't so. And we're about to get one of these nice little Stevie positive crossovers out here. So, maybe you can go ahead and find it out there where you have a market that is sustained going to the downside while the semiconductors are moving to the upside. I just don't think that you will out here. Now, what pattern do we have in play? If you look at this chart here, inside the SOX index, there is no like A to B equals CD. Well, I take that back. It's so large out here, if in fact this is the case. And I'm not even saying that this is the case, but it's not like it's unthinkable, right? Because this was a retracement. There was an A to B equals CD to downside inside the semiconductor index. That qualifies, quite frankly, if you turn to page 222 in H.M. Gartley's book as a Gartley buy pattern. So you've got a Gartley buy pattern, quite frankly, in the Dow inside the semiconductor out there. But that A to B leg is so huge out here. I dare to even tell you what that price projection is because I haven't even looked at it myself. But we might as well out here. It looks to me like that's, I don't know which was the high swing point out here. I'll go ahead and use the March 30th level out here. But if, in fact, that truly is an A to B equal CD, we'll know because the SOX is getting ready to test that swing point for March 30th. And so if it gets above that and it does it with volume, then you're looking at a move to 758.25 out here. So pay attention. I dare say, pay attention to the semiconductor index because that could be one of the indexes that just truly gives things away. Of course, the NQs in the Nasdaq Composite, we'll put the composite up here as we speak. The composite, as soon as it started trading above this little red line, these are red lines that you got to pay attention to, and that's what we saw on Friday was a close above. By the way, that little red line is priced at 47.60.40. That should become support. Of course, that number is going to change tomorrow, so you've got to turn in tomorrow to find out what the new level is out here. But 48.03 is what's next up for the NASDAQ Composite. And then we'll see, I would say the NASDAQ Composite's headed for the gap that took place out here on April 22nd. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
folks, Dow's up 28. S&P is up about a half a point right now. Now, one of the other areas to be paying attention to inside the NASDAQ out here, let's take a look at the NASDAQ composite. The advanced decline oscillator is really close to turning positive. It's still just slightly green, probably needs about 2, 3, 4 more net advancing issues by the end of the day. But it's had a nice little rising bottoms advanced decline oscillator out here in lieu of declining price. We saw price move lower back here on May 19th. That's always a sign of a impending bottom as well out here. So, does it have the bullish confirmation as we speak right now? No, we don't have that. But you want to be watching. Again, I think it's a combination of all those elements that we were looking at. One, we know where price is contained. On those 30-minute charts, we know where the top and the bottom, the ceiling and the floor are for any moves above those levels. And we also know, hey, got to keep our eyes on that semiconductor index, got to keep our eyes on the NASDAQ composite out here because that's really going to go ahead and, give us the clues. Now, it's not that the New York Stock Exchange or that the Dow or that the S&P won't give us similar type messages, but it's going to be the NASDAQ. Remember, the NASDAQ led things down. Why would you think that the NASDAQ wouldn't lead things to the upside? So as we start getting these, tick them off one at a time out here in our boxes, that's the message of the markets. I have a question here from John, and John says, welcome back, Cotter. He says, welcome back, and good to be back. Can I please take a look at gold and silver? And so let's go do that. Now, you got gold trading back $1.60, trading at 12.51. If I were to take a look at the gold chart out here to see what it's done, and I haven't updated this chart since I left. I basically didn't turn the system on until early this morning. But as we take a look at it, a nice little rising price channel out here. So when gold found some support on Thursday, Friday of last week, today as well, you can see that prices found support. It's at or near that little rising price channel. So any close lower, John, below this tells you, well, one, we know that gold had a little short-term trend. That was the green line. We're going to get rid of that out here. Broke through that. Price fell right down to the next trend line, channel line in this case here. That's what I would be watching. If I go ahead and turn on our market profiles just to see what's going on in a daily contract, you can see that price is also trading inside gold. It's trading right inside its daily TAS market profile. Now, the top of the box is 1253.70. The bottom is 1238.80. You can see we're trading below the top of the box. Day number 2 below the top of the box. But it's a fairly narrow box out here, so it's really not that big of a deal. The big deal is if we see gold get below 1238.80. If you're asking me, are we going to? The answer is yes. It's not a matter of if. It's just a matter of when. I wish I knew that when. Now, the problem with this rising price channel, quite frankly, is if gold continues to move sideways, it's going to break the rising price channel. It just doesn't have it's just the law of angles out here. And so, if it does that, John, I think you still watch 1238.80. I will say this, that is that large commercial traders of both gold and silver futures have got one huge bet, 2 huge bets, that is, 3 huge bets. Gold is going lower, silver's going lower, and the U.S. dollar index is going higher out there. We'll just have to watch it play out. Let's go out to California and speak with Garo. Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you this afternoon, or this morning, I should say?
Thank you very much. How about you, Steve?
Doing very well. Hey, how's your Visa stock? How's that looking? Is it setting up yet?
Visa, no, I'm short. I'm waiting for $78.30. $78.30 is where it's gonna shoot up from there. I'm waiting for that number. If this number is only for today.
Got it.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's it. That's his folks. That's if you're watching this on Tiger TV. My number's going to show up a little differently than Garo's, but we'll use Garo's number. On my screen, it's showing up as 7810. I think you said it was 7838.
30.
7830. Yeah. 30. So use Garo's. Yeah, use Garo's number. Now, it's 7840, folks. You've also got the top of the TAS daily profile. But like Garo said, that number will change from day to day, so you got to tune in to his show tomorrow to get the correct number. Now, you called in about Apple. Tell us what you're doing with Apple, what you're looking at there.
Apple, if you look at it, it is the daily chart on that. It is above the 5-day and above 21-day. Is this a time to go all the way up to 50-day simple moving average, which is 102, or this is going to go up a little bit and then it's going to curl down?
That's a great question. And folks, if you're watching us on Tiger TV, well, here's what we know about. Let me try to answer it this way. One of the patterns, Garo, that calls most major tops and bottoms inside the market, and it's from one of the guys that you certainly like, which is Wells Wilder, because you're using his parabolic SAR system out here. This is my version of his system with regard to the RSI divergent pattern out here. And when markets make significant tops and bottoms, these patterns are prevalent. That's where the rubber band just simply gets stretched too much in one direction. And that's exactly what took place inside of Apple when it made that low on May 12th. It was moving lower, doing a less relative energy out there. Therefore, my system went ahead and drew that little black line. Now, the black line just moving lower or higher with less energy is not the signal. The signal is when the cavalry arrives. And the cavalry inside of Apple arrived on May 16th. I don't care if it's a Warren Buffett effect or what effect it is. It's a buyer's effect. And what that did was that set up a nice bullish reversal signal, a nice little morning star 3-candle formation out here. So that says to me, in answer to your first question, that yes, what Apple should do is it should go up and test the 50-day. I don't know if I've got a simpler moving average, but somewhere in that 102 area. Now, before it can do that, Garo, it's going to have to clear 99.44 to 98.64, somewhere right in that range. That happens to be our TAS profiles. If it gets above that, then I would say, heading up to that 102 level. But I would say instead of just doing 102, it should at least be able to close the gap, or at least test the bottom of the gap, which is the low from April 26. So I would say that target really becomes 103.91 area. But are you asking because you're looking at putting on a short in Apple, or tell me what you're thinking here? What's behind the thought process on the question?
Yes, I want to short it, but it doesn't. This is against my regulation. You see, the number to buy the Apple was $93.62.
Yes,
This is the time was time to get in, and that was the 5th or 13th of this month.
Yes.
So from there, it's gone up to here. Now, the point is that what I'm thinking that it may go up all the way to 50 days, but from there it has to be shorted, or it has still legs to go up all the way to 106 to 200 day.
Hey, Garo, can you hold on through this break here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
we'll
sir.
go back out to Garo. When we get back from this break, we're going to go take a look at Apple and some of his additional assessment work on going short Apple as it approaches that 50-day moving average line. Dow's up 26, S&P is flat. We'll be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 32. S&P is just positive. We're on the line with Garo in California. We're taking a look at Apple. And Garo, I would add one other element for me in helping me assess what Apple might do. We know where we believe, we anticipate that Apple's going to move higher. The question is, which level. We've identified some market profiles, a 50-day moving average, the bottom of the gap, and those become the logical areas out here. The very bottom portion of my chart happens to be a money flow tool, money flow index out here. Take a look at advancing and declining volume out here, and it works really well, not on all instruments, but just so happens that it works really well in the case of Apple. Now, it's the very bottom portion of my screen. Let me see if I can. I've got some other tools out here. I don't want to just go ahead and close them out. So I'm going to just give me a moment here while I just move this chart just a bit. Okay, so we're just looking at the very bottom of this. And when that money flow indicator gets above zero, that is the red line that is on my chart here, it's been a really good tool to say, don't go short, which side of the trade to be on. Don't be short Apple. Now, it is below zero right now. And so this is communicating to us at this stage nothing more than a counter-trend rally inside of Apple. So that says, yeah, you should be looking, hey, where would you take the next short? But if it gets above this red line out here, it's going to be saying not so fast. Because and you can't use this just as the only tool for making trading decisions, but boy, it would have gotten you inside of Apple right around February 8th and would have gotten you out of Apple. It's a great indicator for Apple. I can't tell you why it works so well on Apple, but it would have gotten you out on April 15th. At least on the close of the April 15th session out here. So it is just, and I've tried, if I go ahead and for example, if I put the Qs up here on my screen for this, the same chart, that's not going to put the Qs up here. I've got to actually type in the right symbol. It works okay. It just doesn't work. Even though Apple is such a heavily weighted stock inside of the Qs, it works pretty well, but it doesn't work. In fact, if at this stage here, this says belong the Qs if we're going to use that same technique out here. So it's just one other tool that I've found that works really well inside of Apple. So, keep checking back with me on that as well. I know you've got your own system, as you should, but that's one thing that I noticed last week on, I think it was last week on Wednesday or Thursday when I saw that bounce in Apple out there. So, but tell us, what else are you looking at? Or what are the thoughts?
Nothing. I was just going to bring that triple Q because triple Q is on its way up. So that's what I thought, that even if Apple doesn't perform, that triple Q will pull that Apple up regardless.
I do believe that it just as the NQ or the Qs went ahead and pulled the market down, our best signals that the market wants to move higher are coming from that same group of stocks, that same indice out here. So, I'm focused myself on the NASDAQ composite. I'm long, and subscribers are long the market. We went long last week at the lows out here. So I am anticipating that the market is also going to move higher. And I think it's going to move higher for maybe a bit longer than most people anticipate. I went ahead and used that word once more.
What is the symbol that you use for the NASDAQ index?
Well, for me on my system, it's a COMPQ is for the global NASDAQ composite. Yes. And that's what I use. And a great tool for that happens to be the advanced decline oscillator. It's if you Google McClellan advanced decline oscillator, it'll show you, the math behind it. It's fairly simple type math out there, and it's great to be watching. It helps you to. It's a little bit of a lagging tool in that it's never going to call the exact bottom tick or the exact top tick. But what it does, like some of these other tools that we look at, it tells you which side of the trade you really ought to not be on. Or if you've entered a trade early, you're looking for that to flip within a few days to get on the side of the market that you're on out here. So, and that one, when it's below zero and it makes these little rising bottom type patterns out here, just like when it's above zero and has declining tops, it's telling us, it's another tool to tell us that, the move that's underway isn't sustainable. Doesn't tell you when, but tells you that it's...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's good. Part of technical analysis is being able to anticipate and then know when to take action. And that's what I love about what you do. You use the parabolic SAR. You're very specific, and you know exactly when it gets that price what action you have to take. And that's really what trading is all about.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But I'm going to keep my eyes on that $78.30. Tomorrow is going to change that Visa. I'm going to get into that Visa. I'm going to stick to that Visa, and I'm not going to look at it. But until then, I have to wait and watch that dot and that candle. Yes,
I got it.
Thank
I'm
you,
on
sir.
your side.
Thanks
for calling.
Thanks.
You bet. That was Garo in California. I know. So back on that, before Garo called, I was talking about gold and silver out here, and those large commercial traders, folks. I mean, again, not a timing tool. Can't use it as a timing tool. I was talking about these little lines on the charts here. Let me see if I can put the current gold contract up here for you. Give me a moment to go see if I can grab that real quickly. We're still in June, right? Yeah, we're still in June out here. And it's subtle. Again, we utilize different sets of tools and indicators to help us identify which side of the trade to be on out here. Now, because I've messed with this chart, don't pay attention to that bottom panel, that little money flow indicator, because it doesn't really work that well here, when I take a look at the gold contract, but it works really well on Apple. Just, there's some other charts where I found that it works really well. Really works well on Apple. You make a fortune probably just making sure that you're on the right side of the trade and that. But here we're back to gold, right? We talked about how markets make major tops and bottoms, and they form this pattern. Price moves higher, does it with less relative strength. Price moves lower, does it with less relative weakness. Exactly what took place in gold. Excuse me. Right, December 4th, price moves lower, does it with less relative weakness. Bullish reversal candle out there, that's at the bottom. Now, we've got the same thing up here at the highs. That's one pattern. A couple days ago, this was on the trading session of, when was it? Wasn't a couple days ago. It's been ever since May 9th. So ever since May 9th, we've had gold move through a really key level of support. That's that little Stevie red line that is on the chart out here. And you can see how, again, the body of the candle is the essence of price. We couldn't give a hill of beans about the intra-session high, the wicks. Well, I mean, we do care about the wicks because where your stops might be located, things of that sort. But when it comes to assessing what the market is doing, it's truly the body of the candle here that is the essence of what it is that it's what the market's communicating to us. And we can see that this has been resistant. So 1273.10 is a key level of resistance. My analysis is absolutely wrong with regard to which side of the trade to be on. If we see a close above today, as Garo said, he's got a price point for today based on the parabolics are, and I've got a price point today with regard to this tool. It's 1273.10. I don't think I could get more exact than that. Hey, guess what we have here over the past couple of days? We have this little crossover. That's a bearish crossover. So, John, I know that the large commercials are set up on the side, anticipating, we're going to go one more time today, that the gold's going to move lower. And this may be an early indication sign as to the fact that turn is beginning to take place. You've got the Dow up 27, S&P is flat, composite up 7 points. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 32. Not much change in the market. Composite up 9. Let's go out to Omaha, Nebraska, and speak with Michael. Michael, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you this afternoon?
I'm good, thanks, Steve.
Excellent. You want to take a look at light sweet crude. Is that correct?
That's right.
Tell us what you're doing, how I can help you.
I just got into it today as a pullback. I got around like 47, 88 range.
Okay.
I foresee
for
it
what-
to go.
What period of time is your trade for? So you say you got in this today. What's your plan here?
Have a stop on the lows of past couple of days here now, but I plan on having it till the 50. It goes up to the 50.92. I was thinking the dollar would be pulled back, and that's where it may go to reach the daily high on the crude contract.
Okay, so if we take a look at where did I put my little tool out here? So if we take a look at one of the things that Michael might be looking at, folks, it certainly is an A to B equals CD pattern. If I use the conservative one out here, just to take a look at, I'd be using the February 11th low. I'd be using the high out here from looks like March 18th, and then a retracement down into April 5th. He said he's using a target of $50.92. That becomes really, or $50 basically. $50.92 is your 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD to the upside. If I go ahead and I use the more aggressive A to B equals CD pattern, I would use the low out here from January 20th. I'd use that same swing point out here from March 18th and the same C point on April 5th. And you can see if I do that, now we're looking at light sweet crude having already made the 1-to-1 level, which was on the trading session of May 18th. So it's made a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. That's as we take a look at the June contract. What it's also done, Michael, at this stage of the game, I'll go ahead and delete the A to B equals CD pattern. Now you can see a nice little rising price channel. Now that's bullish. Price is up towards the top of that channel. Sometimes that contains price. It doesn't always have to, but sometimes it does. So it's really up against a little ceiling there as we speak. I'll go ahead and get rid of that right now, so we don't have to look at it. But there's also another area of resistance that it's run into, which is this 48.97 level. It happens to be the top of its current TAS daily profile. So what you want to see is you want to see price close above 48.97. I would say that the trading session from May 20th is really important to you because that happened to be, because if we look at just the body of that candle, that happens to be a bearish engulfing candle. So that's a candle from Friday that engulfed the body of the prior candle after the completion of that 1-to-1 A to B equals CD that we looked at. Oftentimes, when a market's going to do something other than continue going in the direction that it came from, you will see some type of bearish reversal signal at the completion of a pattern. So we most certainly have that. Traders spoke, although slightly, on Friday, but giving you that bearish engulfing candle, and you have a little bit of follow-through to the downside today. Now, you said you'd use stops below the low of maybe the 19th, right around the 47.26. I'd almost say if you're going to take this from the long trade, depending on it would be nothing for light sweet crude to test the bottom of its daily box at 46.01 out there. So that might be. And there's one other pattern you've got to be concerned. I'm not trying to talk you out of the trade. I'm just trying to share with you what it is that I see. I also see that light sweet crude has been going higher, doing it with less relative strength out here, at the same time. That doesn't mean it won't go higher, but it's telling us right now that it's out of energy. And I apologize. I think I was long-winded, and we're out of time. But I hope that helps you out in analyzing your trade in light sweet crude. But feel free, call me back tomorrow. We can look at it even further. All righty. Hey, folks, stay tuned. Our man David White will be up next. And then on Mondays, we've got the Tom O'Brien Show from 3 to 5. Great to be with you. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you on Terrific Tuesday. Take care.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.